The following is a presentation of the HAN Network, the leader for local news, sports, and more in southwestern Connecticut.
Casa Grande Field. This is the second semifinal in the boys lacrosse FCIAC postseason tournament. The number 3 seed Richfield Tigers have punched their ticket to the championship. They came away a 10-7 winner over number 2 Greenwich. Now we get set for number 5 Wilton and number 1 Darien. The Warriors got here with a 9-7 win over number 4 New Canaan in the quarterfinals. Darien, they don't really need much of an introduction, John. Number 1 in the nation, a 48-game winning streak, looking for their 4th straight FCIAC championship. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Frank Arnito, John Kovac, Kevin Coleman will join us shortly. But, John, no other way around it. Wilton needs to play a perfect game today if they're going to knock off the Wave.
They do. The Wave, like you said, 48 straight, got here the way a team that won 48 straight would expect to. Quarterfinals of the FCIACs, and Ludlow gets shut out 14-0 by Darien.
They have been so impressive all year. Their closest game was back on April 29th against New Canaan. Other than that, it has been smooth sailing for the Blue Wave, but as goalie Andrew Calabrese said after the quarterfinal win, this Wilton team just feels like it has a touch of destiny to them. We're going to find out pretty soon. We'll step aside one more time when we get back. We've got the second semifinal coming up next on the home of FCIAC Sports, the HAN Network.
Part of banking well is doing good. That's why, with the support of local community partners, Bankwell has launched the Bankwell Pet Adoption Project to boost awareness about the hundreds of animals in local shelters that need a home. And when you donate to the cause using the Bankwell self-service coin machines, we'll match your donation. For details, visit mybankwell.com/pleaseadoptme. Bank smart, bank local, bank well.
Let our satisfied customers tell it.
I have called Mr. Handyman for every reason, every occasion, every broken item, every leak. They have bailed me out on many occasions, and I would recommend them to anyone.
For any project, large or small.
MrHandymanCT.com. Have a sports injury or a slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Biking, golf, tennis, soccer, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care open Monday through Saturday, now at 3 locations: 131 Kings Highway North in Westport, the iPark building at 761 Main Avenue, Norwalk, and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
If you're watching this broadcast, you're not alone. The HAN Network is available for 200,000 Connecticut cable customers on the Frontier Network, and we've also reached more than 2 million viewers on our free live streaming sports, news, and entertainment broadcasts. To reach our rapidly growing audience, contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
As we are back on the HAN Network at Brian McMahon High School, Darien and Wilton getting set for the opening faceoff. Great time to bring in the third member of our crew tonight. He's standing in between the benches. That is Kevin Coleman. Kevin, why don't you take us through your keys for success for both teams?
Well, Frank and John stud, so he needs to step up again. I thought he played really well in the quarterfinals against New Canaan. Defense for Wilton has to step up big, maybe get an early goal in there as well, guys.
I think Calabrese is one of probably the key reason that they're playing here tonight after knocking off New Canaan on Saturday, Frank.
And a great start for the Warriors as Chris Sweeney wins the opening draw against Tanner Strube. Calabrese so good in that quarterfinal matchup on the other side of the field. 15 saves in the quarterfinals was Ryan Cornell. In my mind, there is no better goalie in this conference compared to Ryan Cornell. A lot of hype surrounding Drew Morris, who's been committed to Maryland for quite some time. But when you go through 2 undefeated regular seasons, including a state and FCIAC championship your first time around, I think Cornell has earned the right to stand atop the podium.
It's a compelling argument, Frank.
As early on, it's Cook trying to get free. Lost possession there, and coming away with the steal is Arden Cohen. Cohen lost it momentarily. Now a 50-50 race here. Joe Murtha had it.
It was a great strip by Riley Stewart to knock that ball away before Wilton could even get a shot off.
As Murtha fighting again, they continue to scrum here for a loose ball. Sent way back onto the Darien side of the turf. A foul has been called here. Let's see what the call is. And it's against the Blue Wave at midfield, so Wilton back on possession. Winner plays Thursday night, 7 o'clock here at Brian McMahon, and we'll take on number 3, Ridgefield.
That is a scrappy Ridgefield team that we just saw knock out Greenwich.
A great game in that first semifinal. We're hoping for much more of the same in the nightcap.
I mean, they'll come from behind, which they did earlier, though not as far behind as they've been in other games as that ball gets away.
That was Liam Rance who couldn't quite control it. Up top with Murtha. Over to Cook. Cook de-sticked there. And it's a big roar from the Darien sideline. But coming up with it is Anthony Calabrese. He tried to squeak one through on the short side and missed everything entirely. Wilton will retain possession, though.
And Anthony Calabrese, such a big goal in the quarterfinals. Murtha had scored 3. They started to move to where he was, and Calabrese was just below him for a shot just like that. Just he found the net on Saturday.
As the first save of the afternoon goes to Ryan Cornell. Up ahead to Cohen. Faked his man out and quickly got it up to Riley Stewart. Stewart out in transition. Quick pass near side. Shot down low, and Calabrese the save. Mays was on the doorstep, and Calabrese now with the first save. But quickly jumping in the passing lane is McGovern. Tried to circle around the net, buying himself some time, and now coming back towards the front. Good job, tightrope walking around the crease, heading towards the middle, but he was dethroned there. Minikis couldn't come up with the ground ball, but Kevin Lindley does come away with it. But another foul here called against the Blue Wave, and the Warriors back on the attack.
It was Andrew Hoffman with the long pole for the Warriors who dispossessed Darien, and again, no shot gotten off.
And what a huge save, Kevin, as we saw how lethal Darien can be in transition, but Calabrese, the big stop at the far end.
Calabrese leading off right where he left off against New Canaan. But Frank and John, how about the start for both goalies, making some really nice saves on both sides? Both sides looking good early on.
8:45 to go in the first. McGovern lost it. Cornell escapes the crease, kicks it off to himself, and now needs to find some help. Back behind the net, it's the captain Beeler. Quickly up ahead to Cohen. Skipped over his stick. Got it the second time around and avoided a check from Drake. Into the middle, and with it there is Joyce. He lets go the big shot, and another save from the sophomore.
Calabrese snags it, and that just kind of lofts it to start the break the other way to Zachary Zahir.
Both teams with opportunities early on. Now the Warriors will slow it down a little bit. That was Connor Drake with it. Up on the near side, Zahir to Spalding. Anthony Calabrese. That was Brian who had it. Long for Nolan Quinn. And now Spalding going to work. Trying to shake free here. Comes back to Quinn. Thought about the shot. Instead passes it along. And it's played on there by Connor Drake, the future Duke Blue Devil. Buchanan made sure they kept him out of the game in the quarterfinals, John. We'll see how active he is early on here in the semis.
It was late in the game that he finally did get in the box score, but he drew so much defense, you have to think that he opened up his teammates for some plays on Saturday.
Circling from behind is Drake. Couldn't get a clean shot off there. Joyce had a ground ball momentarily. Now a second time. We'll see if he can come up with it a third. As a high check here, but an illegal push on the Warriors, and Darien can take over and run quickly.
Arden Cohen on the defense that prevented Drake from getting a clean shot off on the Darien net.
Near side and able to finish on that one is Matt Mays. And I'm sorry to cut you off, John, but that is how quickly Darien can strike.
I'm sorry, I was still going. You've got to get your thoughts out quick, and that is how quick they are.
So it is 1-0 Mays from Collins. Took them 5 minutes and 1 second, a little longer than we're used to, Kevin.
Yeah, I thought Wilton had a really nice start to this game, Frank and John. Just defensively, it's a little difficult with this high caliber offense for the Darien Blue Wave, but after a while, you're going to see a flag here. It's going to be on Darien, so a big spot here for the Wilton Warriors to try and tie things up, Frank and John.
A big advantage opportunity coming up as Matt Gould will go off 30 seconds for the push from behind, John.
I have been impressed thus far with the defense, the checking, the stick work, the body positioning around each team's crease. The defense have really been there to keep the goalies clean, and when the shots have gotten through, except for that last one, the goalies have been there for the save.
So man advantage opportunity now for the Warriors. Drake up top to Murtha. Calabrese and behind the cage to McGovern. Murtha upstairs. Standing in front of the net, you've got Drake and Cook, who couldn't control one cleanly. Byler thought he had the ground ball momentarily. It finds its way into the crease. Cornell had it stuck in his shorts and now slows it down. Shovels one up ahead to Riley Stewart. Far side, and jumping off the bench to take that one was Blake Sami. Sami, near side. Rip coming from Lindley, and it didn't miss by much.
Team's back to even strength.
Kevin Lindley, 7 goals in that 14-0 quarterfinal win. It took him to 75 total this season. That is good enough for the single season record at Darien. His 75 surpassed 73 set by Charlie Howe back in 2000.
Which, just 20 games, almost 80 goals.
It's pretty impressive. No words necessary in describing that accomplishment. You
None.
talk about setting any kind of record at Darien. As Stewart's pass couldn't be controlled that time by Mays. Hustling over here and being sent down to the turf was Mays. Good hustle from DeSanto. Warriors back on to possession.
But they're saying they started too quickly, Frank. They're bringing it back. And now they're trying to get an extra couple of yards. I'm sure, being a former soccer player, Kevin Coleman knows all about that.
And Kevin, we are halfway through the first quarter. Wilton's done a good job neutralizing the transition attack so far, but still they might need to be better here if they're going to have success this afternoon.
You're right, Frank, and this has been a really great start for the Wilton Warriors. Darien, great defensively so far, getting some nice stops. Ryan Cornell, great couple saves. Right now, Wilton is playing a good match right now, but also, John, I like your little shout-out for soccer there.
Yeah, you got to throw it a bone occasionally.
And with that shout-out for soccer, we step aside. 5:09 remaining. It is a 1-0 Darien lead on the HAN network.
At the Milford Bank, we offer an extensive selection of lending products and services to meet virtually any need. Submit your application online in our Mortgage Web Center. Start to finish, you can apply for a loan in as little as 10 minutes. Our knowledgeable and helpful staff are available to meet with you at your convenience. To learn more about what we can do for you, stop by one of our Milford Bank offices or visit us at milfordbank.com. The Milford Bank, always there. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Spring has sprung at Walter Stewart's Market, and we're celebrating the new season with fresh takes on spring. From the finest produce around to guaranteed fresh seafood delivered daily by the best local supplier. Not only are we your time-saving one-stop shop for everything you need this season, our personable team is always ready with a helping hand. Shop Stewart's for the best of spring. Find us at 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
Back on the HN Network, coming out of the Wilton timeout, and a smart timeout taken by Coach John Wiseman. Kevin, can't afford to lose possessions early on in this one and find yourself chasing big numbers against the Wave.
You cannot, especially against a team like the Blue Wave, who again ranked nationally in the nation here, ranked number 1. But right now, I like how Wilton is playing despite being down 1-0 defensively. They look pretty good. The offense, they just need to get stuff going. You're going to see them there. And during that timeout, you saw the coaching staff draw a couple plays up. So let's see what they run here, fellas.
It was an 11-4 victory in the regular season for Darien when these two teams met. And you have to figure, John, Wilton will have to score more than 4 today if they're going to come away with the upset.
They will, but how many teams would be envious of the position the Warriors are in right now?
What a save by Cornell. Just so quick to react. Cohen on the rebound, and he comes right back to the senior netminder, who's quickly up ahead to Riley Stewart. It'll happen just like that. Stewart ducks under the check of Quinn, comes all the way up high to Finley Collins. And now it is McGovern.
So to finish my thought, how many teams would be envious of Wilton being down just 1 goal to Darien nearly 8 minutes into a game?
As Lindley trying to get to the front of the net, sent it just over the crossbar. A rare miss from the senior sniper.
One thing I think I'm seeing here, having seen Wilton Saturday, Wilton is playing a little more up-tempo, matching Darien's pace. They're playing a lot quicker than we saw Saturday.
Which we talked about a little on Nutmeg Sports this week. New Canaan just has become notorious the past 5 years for taking the air out of the ball and just playing at a snail's pace. But I don't know. I agree Wilton wants to be up-tempo. They want to keep the Wave on their toes, but I don't know if you really want to find yourself in a race trying to sprint with Darien.
No, but you don't want them to sprint away from you either.
As Lindley down behind the cage, quickly out in front, it's Lindley to McGovern, 2-0 Wave.
Great feed by Lindley, and McGovern's there, and that's just a matter-of-fact goal. Just throw it in, and we've got the traditional celebration going on the Blue Wave sideline there.
Kevin, can you get us a close-up within the mosh pit that we've got on the sideline?
I certainly can try.
Would you like one of my smaller cameras that you can give us the view for what it's like in the middle of it?
Well, John, we may have to get your GoPro as well, especially that we use after the golf broadcast.
See, I was trying to avoid the plug.
3:39 remaining. It is a 2-0 Darien lead. One thing Wilton certainly has dominated, despite Sweeney losing possession there, has been the draw circle. Another good save from Calabrese on Lindley in tight.
Little butterfly action there. I was thinking about the ice rink.
Can say, John, Darien's ice hockey team on December 30th this year will be playing outdoors at the Greenwich Skate Club against the Greenwich hockey team. Had a very cool accomplishment for both those programs for the conference to have their first outdoor game.
That is I'm very excited by that and looking forward to, I hope, us being there.
We can pull some strings, and we will not. If Chris Rurik is listening right now, I will tell him Kevin will not come back on the bench. We can cut that. We can nip that in the butt right now. Is Drake with a swinging shot here, and he beats Cornell up high. Ryan Cornell will not be perfect through the postseason.
Top corner just above Cornell's shoulder, and immediately Cornell looks at his defense, taps himself on the chest, and says, "That's my fault."
Huge goal from the sophomore, Connor Drake.
It really wasn't Cornell's fault either. It was a great shot.
And the lead cut back in half, 2-1. As this one popped up, Shrube can't find it. Stewart can't control it the first time. Trying to come up with it the second time. Shoveled along. Sweeney trying to tightrope it, and it rolls out of bounds. Going to the Warriors.
I wasn't clear as to who that went off.
They say it was last touched by the Wave. There's a nice check there from Stewart. Flag comes flying out, and the Blue Wave faithful cannot believe it.
That's going to be a 1 minute from behind. No, I'm sorry, 30 seconds. I read the single finger on the number when he signaled 10. So that's a 30-second man advantage. We will have the Darien girls.
That is right. We'll see the Darien and Ridgefield girls tomorrow from Norwalk. You and Tim Murphy of the Ridgefield Press will be on the call for that one.
We will. We'll have 3 games tomorrow. And that was a great cut up the middle by Peter Koch. And the pass is too high, and it's just a turnover to Darien.
We're going to see both these schools at Harbor Yard tomorrow as well in baseball, as Cornell has been chased from his crease, sprinting up ahead. He's now cross midfield. The netminder's at the 30-yard line looking for help. He's heading to the front of the net. Cornell's going to take a shot, and a save made by Calabrese.
He saw the box score at that point.
He's got to quickly dash back 90 yards.
I mean, I thought when we saw Triscari from Greenwich come 10 yards out of the crease, that was a big deal.
Oh. Cornell took it the length of the field. He got the shot off, and it was a great look. Kevin, what was being yelled from the Darien bench during that run?
Telling them to keep going, guys. It's plain and simple.
So you didn't
and
hear
we have seen Ryan Cornell do that before. I remember him doing that last year as well. He's got the speed. He can go all the way up and down the floor. But my goodness, that almost went in. Well, how about that? Imagine if he scored that.
As here is Cook up top. Thank you, Kevin. Cook trying to buy some time and space. Shot down low. And it missed wide of the cage there.
Cook tried to drift across from left to right and get the shot in off of the ricochet.
That's a pass out in front, deflected around. Cornell comes up with it. Stays in his crease. Now sends one over. And it's controlled there by Quinn Fay. Quickly up ahead, here's Finley Collins. Of course, John, the last time we saw Ryan Cornell at this field was in the FCIAC championship last year. That a 9-5 win against New Canaan, when he helped execute the hidden ball trick. No deception here. McGovern just too good in tight with 9 seconds to go. It's 3-1, and there is the mosh pit on the sideline.
And Frank, you and I talk about late goals, late scores being momentum builders. Here, Wilton, for the better part of 11 minutes, kept this a 1-goal game, and they're just like that now. They're down 3-1.
So 9 seconds left. 3-1. Sweeney and Shrube on the draw. We'll see if we can get any more fireworks here before the quarter ends. Ball's popped right up. Still being battled for. And the horn faintly sounds as the quarter comes to an end. A late goal by McGovern put the lead back to 2. The Blue Wave on top after 1. We've got more high school lacrosse coming up next on the HAN Network.
If you've ever thought about owning a motor coach or learning about what it's like to travel the open road in superior style and comfort, then contact Dave's RV Center in Danbury, Connecticut. Offering the best quality Class A motorhomes from Newmar, travel trailers and fifth wheel lines from Surveyor, and a toy hauler line from Work and Play. Choose from Newmar's Gas Line, Base Star and Canyon Star, or from Newmar's Diesel Line, Ventana and Dutch Star. And with unparalleled service and maintenance, Dave's RV is committed to keeping you and your motor coach safely on the road and enjoying it to the fullest. Stop by their showroom, 2 Industrial Plaza Road, Danbury, Connecticut, or call 877-483-3866.
At InSports Trumbull, the game is always on inside. Sign-ups are now open for one of our most popular programs, the New England 80 Elite Lacrosse Division I and Division III showcases. With D1 and D3 coaches in attendance, players will receive a 60-minute webinar with Director of Recruiting Hans Hansen, a custom NE80 penny, custom shorts, and a video of all games. Last year's event sold out quickly, so sign up now for the next showcase coming in January 2018. Like and follow us on Facebook.
Want a new experience in car buying? Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram with one of the largest inventories of new 2- and 4-door Wranglers. We are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Come visit our new Ram Truck Center. Browse our websites, scapchryslerjeep.com or scapdodge.net to find the new Jeep, Chrysler Dodge car, minivan, or Ram truck you've been looking for. Just 2 miles from both I-95 or the Merritt Parkway exit 44. Save thousands right now during the Drive and Discover event. Now through May 31st.
Back on the HAN Network at Jack Casagrande Field on the campus of Brian McMahon. Let's go down in between the benches to hear what the message from the coaching staffs were after the first quarter. Kevin.
The Wilton coaching staff was still staying very positive. It's a very motivated bench after giving up that late goal in the first quarter. They're still very pleased with how the Warriors are playing. I think you have to agree with them. I think that if you're a Wilton Warrior fan, you have to be pleased with the way you're playing. Only giving Darien 3 goals in that first quarter, you have to be very happy about that, but they want to get the offense going. And I think if you're Darien, you have to continue playing well, and Ryan Cornell continuing to play hot goalie.
Thank you, Kevin, as they battle here for a side, and coming away with it is McGovern. Escapes up top. Cross to Stewart with it. Riley Stewart trying to buy some time and space. Pass down low, and a shot there from Mays, stoned by Calabrese.
You're not going to beat Calabrese on a shot like that. You've got to get a little bit more surprise in there. He's going to stop you on that.
Here is Hoffman with it, throwing a pass up ahead to Santo. Nice job there to avoid contact from Collins.
Collins almost jumped that route and got the interception.
Looked like the final play of the 2016 Turkey Bowl, as Collins ended that one in overtime with an interception, reading a screen pass.
Laura, we're going to be talking football soon.
Very, very soon. Rip It and Rip It tournament in New Canaan coming up in the next 2 months. We will be live again. A lot of fun that weekend. As Quinn trying to get loose for a shot. One coming here off the stick of Drake. And this time Cornell able to see it the whole way.
But Brian Calabrese was open on the far side of the goal. An extra pass might have opened that shot up for the Warriors.
There's Finley Collins with it. Got room on the right side, and the shot goes wide towards the buses.
Quick shot, tried to go inside the far post. He's just wide.
One thing you're seeing early on here, John, the big difference between that Wilton and New Canaan game and this one in the semis, the ease at which Darien is being able to clear right now, whereas New Canaan was caused all sorts of fits on Saturday afternoon.
That's where the game swung, I believe.
That's a big save here from Calabrese off the elbow. Rebound controlled and worked up now by Scarfy. He avoids a check of McGovern. Pass to the middle here. Not shooting that time is Drake as he circles back out upstairs, and it's controlled by Spalding.
He's waiting to get his offensive personnel on. Let the changes happen, and then set the offense. There's really no rush here. You've held Darien to 3. Take your time, possess, see what you can make happen. There's no need to rush, and you certainly don't want to rush yourself into a turnover.
Working up top, Liam Rance. Hauled off to the left side, behind the cage, and it's Brian Calabrese. He gets all the way around, tried a little backhand flip, couldn't get it to go. Drake ran it down before the end line. Applying pressure defensively now is Gould. Back across to Murtha, guarded by Cohen. Drake with a spin move near side. Can't quite get to the front. Wanted to get a pass off here, but a ground ball opportunity. The captain, Byler, controlled it momentarily, but Drake took it right back. Tried to go behind the back, but a little too fancy. and it's turned over to Darien.
Just trying to force a pass to get out of an unsettled situation. So often you just reflexively try to do something, and almost always it ends badly.
Pass to the far side. One more again. Lindley trying to get a shot off here, and another save made. Calabrese answering the call. Now, I'm sorry, that shot came from Mays, who is just finding every part of Calabrese's body right now.
He is, but Calabrese keeps answering the call.
Pass inside. Calabrese on the other end. It's Brian who scores.
Great shot coming across. He always sets up just outside, just on the edge, and they can find him getting open and cutting across, and Brian Calabrese makes it 3-2.
Great look from the senior captain, Peter Cook, inside. Calabrese hesitated long enough to get Cornell to bite, and it opened up enough space under the crossbar. And the Warriors, Kevin, continuing to go blow for blow with the mighty Wave.
And again, an impressive start here for the Wilton Warriors. Great shot by Calabrese. And just like that, Wilton only down by 1. What a great start to this second semifinal game, guys.
Ridgefield, the winner in the first. They await the winner of this game. As it is McGovern behind the net. Spinning back to the right side, buying time and space, and the shot just sailing over the top of the net.
That forced. Wilton wanted the ball awarded to them, but that was a shot.
Was indeed a shot. Solberg, good hustle there. Winning the race for possession.
Not a well-engineered one, maybe not a well-thought-out one, but it was a shot.
Lindley trying to win a race around the net, and he's on the board for the first time.
And it only took 44 seconds or so? I'm sure I'm wrong.
44 is exactly right, and just got enough of a step on the defender where he knew he had him beat. Strong take to the front of the cage. And it is 4-2, goal number 76 for the senior, Kevin.
Kevin Lindley again continuing to have a record-setting year, and it's only fitting that he continues to strive here in the postseason.
8th goal of the playoffs.
I'm just glad I had the math right on the time.
As this draw is going to be controlled by Riley Stewart. Has to tight walk the line. Tried to force one through to Lindley, but it's Hoffman who comes away with it. Spin move from the long stick, looking for help, and it's up ahead to Schreiber.
The Darien faithful want a check from behind called there. No call.
Now the Warriors an opportunity to answer at the other end. Connor Drake on it. There's Spalding just inside the 40-yard line. And he plays back across to Nolan Quinn. McGovern behind the net. Wilton would love to see him get going here offensively. Leading scorer for the Tribe this season.
He scored the early, he had the early shots, and I think they've tightened up around him a little bit.
Tried to nab that one with one hand. Now he needs to scoop it up before it hits the sideline. Was checked there by Cohen and couldn't walk the line. Beeler quickly back to the point where he went out. And now they reset. Gonna flip the field entirely. Cornett vacates the crease, and the Warriors will keep a tight eye on him. He's already got one shot attempt in the game.
He's bringing it.
Buys enough time and space for Lindley to make himself available. Kevin Lindley enters into the box.
Lindley again had 7 of the 14 goals Darien scored in shutting out Fairfield Ludlow.
I'm still not sure which is more impressive, 7 goals in one game, or the fact that they pitched a shutout in the playoffs. McGovern going to have to tight walk around the crease, trying to get free for the shot. Shakes Hoffman, shot upstairs. He's got a hat trick.
And what a great job shaking him off. Just a move, a little bit of a shoulder deke there, and he ends up all by himself with the net to shoot at. And finishes his hat trick.
6:17 gone by in the second, and Kevin McGovern just toying with Scarfy on that one.
Logan McGovern for the Darien Blue Wave continues to be such a great story here all season long. He's such a terrific player to watch and a terrific story that he has. A great move inside and a great finish for the Blue Wave.
Of course, we talked about it early in the year, Kevin. We did the opening game of the season between Darien and Yorktown. McGovern and Lindley were going to be called upon to replace the great combo of Colin Minikis and Jack Niffen from last year. And they have not only answered the call, but set a new standard for the next groups to come up. As now it is Wilton with under 5.5 to play in the half.
But that's what has kept this Darien program really an athletic program, not just lacrosse, at the level it's at. As a community, they just reload. They don't rebuild. The next group tries to raise the standard. They try to raise the bar. Nothing's taken for granted. It's all about hard work.
As the ball heading towards the sideline here, trickles over the blue and orange stripe. Going back to Darien. And once again, they are quickly on the attack. The offense for Darien as Lindley takes a pass here. Quick shot, scores, and it's exactly on point. It is a shark, John, that smells blood in the water. There is never enough pace or urgency to the attack.
No, there's not, and this is just, and at 6-2, it's still a game that is within Wilton's reach. We've seen them be down before and come back, but this is becoming very matter of fact to the Darien Blue Wave. Get the ball, work it upfield, find an open man, and he finds space in between the pipes.
And Kevin Coleman is down field level right now. Kevin, from your vantage point, just how quick does the offensive strikes look?
They look terrific for the Darien Blue Wave again. Seeing this all season long. And another note for Wilton, they're still very positive, still confident on the sidelines. The coaching staff still trying to, get the team up and motivated. So that's good to see. And John's right. This is still within reach for the Wilton Warriors here.
Now, if they keep losing faceoffs to Tanner Strub, Darien's just going to pile on points here. Wilton needs to start winning some faceoffs.
And it's been a tale of two quarters because Sweeney's so dominant in the first, but Shrube has figured it out here in the second. 4:20 remaining in the half. 6-2. Darien leads semifinal number 2. A 48-game win streak on the line. A 5th consecutive trip to the FCIAC championship on the line. A 4th consecutive title on the line. The number 1 seed in the nation on the line. And the Wave do not look the least bit phased on either side of the turf as they win a battle here. Coming away with it is Minikis. That's Brian Minikis, younger brother of Colin, we just mentioned. Lindley, McGovern, how about that?
McGovern just left all alone, and he could do whatever he wanted to Calabrese in the Wilton net. And he did. He had Calabrese essentially doing jumping jacks until he was able to get the ball past him.
7-2 and a 4-0 run in favor of the Wave. It is the 4th of the night for McGovern. And you saw it again, John. Turnover in the midfield, 3 quick passes.
It's not that Wilton overall has played a good game. Here's another faceoff win for him. But Darien makes you pay for your mistakes so quickly.
Nice fake from Sweeney. Calabrese tried to shovel it right back to him, but it was read the whole way by Shrube, who came back from the draw to join the defensive effort. Scrum for a ground ball again. McGovern emerges victorious, resets up top, buys time and space, and now the Warriors can slow it down and set up the offense.
I mean, you had long poles in there right on top of the crease. Nobody had room to move, and they need this settle here to get the offense set, as you said.
3 minutes to go in the half. The Warriors chasing 5. That's Rance working on the right side. Up top with Cook. Off to his left. Back upstairs to the right. Calabrese to McGovern coming around the cage. Beeler got a piece of it. The rebound was bounced around. Somni had it momentarily. Now up ahead is Quinn Fay. Quickly to Somni. Somni got help on the right. He's got Lindley there. Going to use him as he ran into a brick wall that was Liam Rance.
And the Darien faithful want a penalty on that. I think it was just dispossessing a player.
2:10 to go.
Again, the winner faces Ridgefield, a 10-7 winner over Greenwich earlier, and that's Thursday night. That'll be here on the HAN network.
And we mentioned we'll see both schools tomorrow in action at Harbor Yard.
Well, that's part of it.
They have got the late game in the baseball semifinals. That one looked to be over midfield. Officials disagree. The opening matchup will be Trumbull and Ridgefield. That game at 5, Darien and Wilton on the diamond.
And that's such a fun event.
At 7:30, up ahead with time and space, and a diving effort from Zachary Zayer. Denies the shot.
Wilton is determined to prove they can hang with Darien. They are just trying to go punch for punch with them.
A minute 20 remaining. Coach Braymeyer going to take a timeout, talk it over. We'll have more high school lacrosse coming up after this on the HAN Network.
Did you know heart attacks and strokes are the leading cause of death in America? Protect the health of you and your loved ones. Talk to a doctor about heart disease. Hi, I'm Dr. David Pazer with ProHealth Physicians, encouraging you to stay informed about health matters that affect you.
ProHealth Physicians is on the pulse of social media to share information about health and nutrition with the community. Get up-to-the-minute alerts, including ProHealth Physicians news and upcoming events. Connecticut's leading group of primary care doctors is just a click away.
Don't have to go far for authentic Neapolitan cuisine and renowned wood-fire pizza. Pizzeria Loretano of Bethel is a contemporary Italian bistro, specializing in authentic wood-fired brick oven pizza Napolitana. Pizzeria Loretano was named one of America's top 1,000 Italian restaurants in 2008 by Zagat, and recommended by Jane and Michael Stern on National Public Radio's Splendid Table. Located close to the Bethel Cinema, we focus on quality, and our food is always made to order. Join us for live jazz Sundays from 6 to 8. Find our schedule, menu, and more at pizzerialoretano.com, and like us on Facebook.
At Worcester School, we believe summer is a time for kids to be kids. We provide the safe and nurturing environment for them to find activities that match their interests and allow them to create lasting friendships. Summer at Worcester offers 7 weekly sessions at our Danbury campus from Monday, June 26th through Friday, August 11th for pre-K to grade 8. Find out more about our extended hours, new optional lunch program, and a new low price at summer@worcester.org or 203-830.
Back again, and a shot off the back of the net. McGovern waiting there, skips one out. Minikis dodging to his right, trying to get his hand around. He does indeed score.
Went up top, put it in over top of Calabrese. And it is 8-2 in favor of the top team in the nation. And that is 5 straight goals for the Blue Wave.
The junior in on the party, his first of the night. It was 3-2 with 8:09 remaining in the second quarter. 5 goals later, and another Tanner Strube draw win. And less than a minute to go in the half, it is now 8-2 in favor of the Wave.
Again, the Darien girls will play for the FCIAC title tomorrow night in girls lacrosse.
Could we be seeing the same matchup in boys and girls lacrosse, Darien and Ridgefield, as the Lady Tigers will make their first championship appearance?
And that's one where you kind of, you could have had a doubleheader.
As Mays lets a blast go, and Calabrese gets a must-needed save there. But Collins, great job running with his man in transition, comes up with the intercept, scanning his options, comes back with it. Minikis, with 12 seconds, goes over to Stewart. Gets a lane for a shot, and it's off the crossbar. 5.7 seconds left, and a timeout taken again by Darien. I could be mistaken, John, but it looks like Kevin Coleman is catching up with Wilton basketball coach Joel Gariak down there on the sideline. You see Coach Gariak coming out to support the Tribes Lax team. Of course, he had the entire town in support of his boys hoop squad with their great run this season all the way to the FCIAC championship game.
And you could still see a couple more Ridgefield-Wilton finals. This game could swing, you never know. And then in baseball, it's a possibility.
It would be a very intriguing matchup if we moved from Alumni Hall over to Harbor Yard to see how much of that stadium we could pack.
Oh, that was such an atmosphere in Alumni Hall that night.
A lot of fun, but right now on the lacrosse field, the Warriors will need a major turnaround after the half. Most importantly, they need to avoid allowing a goal here off this reset with 5 seconds left.
They need to stop here. Go in. You're down 6. It seems bad. You can swing it. The thing is, it's one bad pass here. It's one good stick check by Darien there. It's just they make you pay for that turnover so quickly that it's almost a guaranteed goal.
Minikis trying to get to the front of that. Shot on the dive, and it just missed wide right. And that will do it for the first 24 minutes. It was 3-1 at the end of one. All Darien in the second. They lead 8-2 as we head to the half. Let's go back to our Shelton studio. Kate Chaplensky has got an HAN Network in-game news update.
Kate Chaplensky, and this is your in-game news update on the HAN Network, bringing you the latest local news on Tuesday, May 23rd. Reading police have released the name of the woman who died last week after being attacked by a dog in her Reading home. 71-year-old Sandra Kaiser of Reading died at Danbury Hospital after being attacked by her own dog at a home on Deacon Abbott Street on Friday, May 12th. Now, the official cause of death is unknown, and police are awaiting an autopsy on Kaiser, which should be complete in 4 to 6 weeks, according to Police Chief Douglas Fuchs. Fuchs said the dog was both a mixed breed and a rescue dog, but was not a pit bull. The dog had been living in the Deacon Abbott home for 6 years, he said. Fuchs also said the dog attack set off a series of events which led to the death of the resident, though the attack itself may not have been the exact cause of death. You can get more on that story at thereadingpilot.com. And Milford police have arrested a suspect in a hit-and-run accident that seriously injured a woman last year as she was leaving her waitressing job. That accident took place on Sunday, August 28, 2016 at about 10:45 at night in the area of Bridgeport Avenue and Woodland Avenue. Amanda Keene, then 34 years old, was leaving her job as a waitress at the Bridge House when she was hit by the car. This week, police said they obtained an arrest warrant for 30-year-old Antonia Pierce of Bridgeport and charged her in connection with that accident. According to police, someone who knows Pierce contacted the Milford Police Department 3 months after the accident. The person had seen video footage that police released of the car that had left the scene, and he noticed that Pierce's car had been damaged at about that same time. With that information, Milford police were able to seize the car and examine it forensically. Police officer Michael DeVito said the car had damage that matched the damage that police were looking for. Police also had a piece of the car that was involved in the accident. Police learned that Pierce had been living about 1.5 miles from where the accident occurred, but shortly after, she left in a hurry, according to DeVito, noting that she left some of her possessions behind. Pierce is charged with reckless driving, evading responsibility, and assault. She was released on a $10,000 bond to appear in court on June 13th. Police say that Amanda Keene still suffers from the injuries she received in that accident. The community rallied around her, helping to raise money for her medical costs after the hit and run. There's much more at milfordmirror.com. And in other news, Pennsylvania resident John Dela Cruz, 20 years old, and New York resident Fernando Jimenez, 27 years old, were arrested by New Canaan police for an iPhone scam after trying to pick up a package a little before noon on May 20th. New Canaan police were dispatched to Douglas Road on a report of 2 suspicious males, later identified as Dela Cruz and Jimenez. The 2 men had been seen approaching a home on Douglas Road 5 or 6 times in the span of about 20 minutes to pick up a package. The men claimed that the package was being shipped to the residence incorrectly and they were simply trying to claim it. Inside the package was an iPhone, according to police, and when checking the 2 men's vehicle, police found 6 new iPhones, multiple wire transfer receipts, and numerous addresses for homes in New Canaan on the navigation app on Dela Cruz's phone. The police surmised that Dela Cruz and Jimenez were involved in a scam in which they made fraudulent purchases that they tried to intercept on delivery before the homeowners discovered the packages. Both Dela Cruz and Jimenez were taken into custody and charged with conspiracy and larceny in the 3rd degree. And dozens of Greenwich firefighters responded to an explosive garage fire on Perkley Lane Monday morning. No one was injured, according to the Greenwich Time. The fire started in the garage and the homeowner called in the emergency shortly after 9 in the morning. She was told to leave immediately. The Greenwich Time reports preliminary accounts suggest the car was the source of the blaze, though there was no official determination. The garage was heavily damaged and there was also some fire damage to the lower level of the adjoining residence. The house also suffered some heat and smoke damage. But that does it for this in-game news update on the HAN network. For the latest local news, sports, and more, watch Coffee Break weekdays at 11. This update was brought to you by the Dock Shop.
The new fishing season is fast approaching, so it's time to head over to the Dock Shop and get your gear in order. We're now offering bait in both Darien and our Westport location. The Dock Shop can service and repair your rods and reels, spool up new line, and fill any empty space you might have in your tackle box. Whether you're a fisherman, boater, or beach bum, the Dock Shop is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, dockshop.com.
At Portofino Restaurant and Wine Bar in Bethel, fresh and simple food is our concept. Owned and operated by brothers Rocco and Louie, Portofino has a distinct and diverse food and drink menu. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Come join us for live local music on Tuesdays and Sundays, Wednesday nights for mouthwatering prime rib, and every Thursday night is ladies' night. Planning a party? All our catering menus are personalized to suit your event and your budget. Join us at the Dolan Plaza, 213 Greenwood Ave, Bethel, and call us at 203-797-8131. Like us on Facebook.
UK Gourmet is the largest specialty grocer in the area, featuring food from England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. Over 80 teas to choose from and a brilliant assortment of biscuits to go with them. Over 70 cheeses from grass-fed cows, which makes a smashing difference in taste. The creamiest chocolate you'll ever taste using no artificial colors or preservatives. So say hooray for UK Gourmet, 78 Stony Hill Road in Bethel, or visit ukgourmet.us.
When it comes to considering the outside of your home, just imagine the possibilities. Whether your dream is a stunning freeform pool or a tranquil, secluded garden, the team of professionals at Stonebridge Associates will make it a reality. We offer unparalleled landscape design and construction, masonry development, pools, spas, and water features, as well as landscape and garden maintenance. No other firm can offer the same level of creativity, quality, and personal attention. Discover the possibilities at stonebridgeassociates.net or call 203-544-8376 today.
Pizza to satisfy even the most demanding critics. Tuesday Pazza Pizza.
Family and Children's Aid has been serving the community since 1809 and is now the largest outpatient children's mental health care provider in Western Connecticut. Our innovative services include providing shelter to homeless moms and children, substance abuse intervention, mental health counseling, and foster and adoptive services, among others. Our goal is to provide individuals and families a safe haven and hope for a brighter future. Find out more about us at fcaweb.org and call our Danbury campus at 203-748-5689.
Wild Birds Unlimited.
At Wild Birds Unlimited of Brookfield, get expert advice from our certified bird feeding specialists. We offer always fresh, clean seed that will be sure to attract birds to your home feeder. Experience our excellent customer service. Open 7 days a week. Visit us at 317 Federal Road, Brookfield.
Wild Birds Unlimited. We bring people and nature together.
Give your day a jumpstart with the latest news, sports, weather, and more on Coffee Break, live on the HAN Network, weekdays at 11 a.m. Connecticut news doesn't get any more local than on Coffee Break.
Back on the HAN Network, an 8-2 Darien lead at the end of the first half. Let's look around the FCIAC, though. Postseason going on in a lot of sports right now. John, take us through the out-of-town scoreboard.
Well, Frank, Dave Stewart at FCIAC.net informs us that in the boys tennis semifinals today, New Canaan beat Greenwich 4-2. Staples beat Darien 4-love. New Canaan versus Staples at the courts at Wilton Wednesday at 4 in the final. For the New Canaan boys, that is their first win over Greenwich in tennis since 2010.
Congrats to the Rams.
Now, Darien already won the girls' tennis final 4-3 over Staples. Tomorrow in softball, Darien faces West Hill in the final. Tomorrow in girls lacrosse, Darien faces Ridgefield in the girls' final.
Another spring to remember for the Wave, and if not for the New Canaan tennis team, this might be a spring to forget for the Rams, as Wilton will start the third quarter on the attack, and let's get right to it, John. They need to find a way to stop or at least slow down the transition attack of Wilton or of Darien here.
They need to chip away at this lead, this 6-goal lead, and they need to stop. They need stops. You cannot allow Darien to score every time you put the ball on the ground, every time you throw the ball into an errant into a defending player.
As it's Koch up top and a shot there. Picked up by Cornell, and he gets the stop.
Now, of course, to score, you've got to get it by Cornell, and that's easier said than done.
He's allowed 2 goals through 6 quarters here in the postseason. Pass inside, Lindley, the left-hander. Yes.
And that's how quick Darien makes you pay for it.
Lindley's second of the game. 9th of the postseason, 77th of the season. As Darien picking right up where they left off, Johnny.
Took less than a minute, and they've built upon that lead. Now a 7-goal advantage for the Blue Wave. Again, Ridgefield awaiting the winner of this game. That'll be Thursday night at 7. We'll be live here at McMahon.
And speaking of that Thursday night championship, Kevin Coleman is down across the way speaking with FCIAC Commissioner Dave Schultz. Kevin, can you have Dave do something about the weather for the second half of this week?
I think you can ask a lot of people to ask for them to do something about Mother Nature. I mean, this week, I think we all just have to hope that the weather holds up. I mean, look at tonight. We really lucked out. It's a beautiful night here at Brian McMahon. There was supposed to be some rain in the forecast. Doesn't appear to be. Looks like we got clear skies here, guys.
Can we bring the Tigers back and they play winter?
Now, Kevin, you were down at field level when the teams came out of the break at halftime. What were the messages from the coaching staff? What can we expect to see here in part 2 of this game?
Well, for Wilton, they were still very positive. Lots of work on. Obviously, a lot trailing. We're going to see another goal here by the Darien Blue Wave. A big hill to climb now for the Wilton Warriors, but they were still happy with what they saw in that first half, especially in that first quarter. They came out firing, especially playing great defense for Darien. They need to continue what they're doing. This is a high-powered offense that is clicking right now, guys.
Now, before that shot, Nicholas DeSanto for Wilton blocked the shot. It was the rebound off of him.
And he's headed off to the sideline there trying to stretch out that right leg.
Yeah, he went down. He took that shot full on. It went off his leg right back to Mays. And Mays converts like it was a setup pass. That's how quick they make you pay.
Certainly a sigh of relief from Mays after he was stoned 4 or 5 times in that first half by Calabrese, as the shot there from Shrube went wide. McGovern backing up, quickly throws it out in front. Mays able to convert on the vacant net as Calabrese had slid out of his crease.
He went down, and now he's tinkering with either equipment or it's like he's kind of grabbed. He's been a little slow standing up here. He was slow getting back into the net. But Darien has come out of the intermission firing on all cylinders. I think high tide is coming if you're the Blue Wave.
3 goals in a minute and 54 seconds. The lead is now 9. Should it hit 12, the clock will start to run as Stewart up ahead into the box, and a rare moment to catch your breath with Darien on the attack.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that's 3 goals in less than 2 minutes, and I believe Wilton won each of the faceoffs.
Maybe did not win one of them, as Lindley looking for the 4th. He's got it, and it is all Darien here at the start of the second.
Like a shark smelling blood right now.
Stick is okay. Lindley a fist pump, counted on the board. It is 12-2 Darien.
There
was a murmur of silence there.
It was quiet for a second.
For a moment.
Let the drama build. But you got to wonder now, did you antagonize the Shark?
Sweeney trying to win a draw here again. It's shoveled forward, coming away with it this time. Moving up ahead quickly is Joyce. Was all the way across the box, and Lindley has it again, fresh off the illegal stick check.
And what was the girls' score the other night?
23-4. The ladies have a goal differential of plus 40 through their first 2 games. The boys currently with plus 24 with well, they've got 21 minutes now to improve on that as the turnaround shot and a save made. McGovern on the end line collects the ground ball. Working around towards the left side of the net. Pass out to Lindley. He tried the skip pass across. It was deflected. Collins the rip to the 5-hole, and he beats Calabrese down low.
Terry Van Cole, scored by number 32, Finley Collins.
And from the time that Wilton scored with 8:09 left in the second quarter to make it a 3-2 game, that is Darien's 10th consecutive goal.
Go, Tanner! 8:46 to go, and Kevin, it is starting to get a little ugly here in the semifinals.
Yeah, after what I thought was a great start in that first half by Wilton. Complete opposite here to start the second half, guys, as Darien has gone rolling right now offensively. They're clicking on all cylinders. Finley Collins, you see there, finally getting on the board, netting a goal there. This Darien team continues to play lights out here in the playoffs.
It's a pass to Minikis and a shot stopped by Calabrese. Battle for the ground ball. Finley Collins has it.
And it's almost like Darien each is trying to outdo the other. Your shot was that hard, mine's going to be that much harder. Your cut was that fast, my cut's going to be that much quicker. And it's just Wilton is on the absorbing end of this, and they're paying for it.
There's a pass here. Missed its intended target, but it finds McGovern on the back line. Collins with it. Back to Logan. Working off that pick from Mays. Finley. Riley Stewart. Lindley. Minikis right back to Lindley. Scoop shot there, and it was blocked and never got through. Minikis with it. Hesitates and now comes to Riley Stewart. He's got an opportunity with the left hand and it just missed wide. Will the Warriors take back possession? Yes. Good hustle there from DeSanto. Good to see him back on the field too, John, after blocking that shot from Mays not too long ago.
Yeah, he went down hard. That one you knew hurt, and it came back off him probably faster than it got into it, and another errant pass by Wilton is going to be a fast break the other way.
Stewart up for McGovern, surveying the field. Lindley, quick turnaround shot, and that one didn't miss by much.
And a rewarding possession to the Warriors.
With the exception of halftime, this might be the longest gap, though, that Wilton has kept Darien off the scoreboard since this 10-2 run started.
Pretty much.
There's a pass back here, just slipping by Spalding. Connor Drake able to recover the ground ball. Can't get it into the box in time, and it's turned back over again to Darien. Coe into the middle, and this time he finds Blake Sami. Sami up ahead. Hesitates. Escapes out the left side. Will reset up top. Controlling with it here is Joyce.
You know, from back to front, this Darien team is that good. That's what we're seeing here tonight.
You do not win 48 games in a row by accident. That is for sure, as McGovern gets by his man, fakes a pass, and then had it stripped away. Good check that time from Previtt.
And Wilton is still doing things well. They're doing little things well, but the pace of Darien's become too much. And the ability to counterpunch of Darien has just become too much.
Murtha this time able to get it into the box. Now he circles back, goes over to Cook. Down low to Calabrese, across to McGovern, and they'll complete the swing with Drake on the opposite end. McGovern circling behind. Looking out for help. Up top, it's Cook with it.
And now it's just try to get a couple of these back. Try to show that you can do things. Try to show that you can beat Darien a couple of times.
Nice play here by Murtha to work through the check from Percarpio. McGovern the turnaround shot. Cornell didn't get a piece of it, but it didn't look to be on cage either there. Good showing from both towns tonight. Darien students out in attendance.
Great strip on the inbound by Arden Cohen. And the Wave has possession again.
Quinn Fay couldn't hold on to that one and dropped it out of bounds, so it's right back into the hands of the Warriors. 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. A 13-2 Darien lead here in the FCIAC semifinals for boys lacrosse. The winner moves on to Thursday night's championship, 7 o'clock here against the Ridgefield Tigers.
And you'll be at Harbor Yard for another set of semifinals tomorrow.
Ridgefield and Trumbull in baseball at 5 o'clock. Darien and Wilton again at 7:30. Three of those teams have won an FCIAC championship in the last 4 years. One of them is looking to join that list. As quickly up ahead off a turnover come the Wave again. Riley Stewart trying to make moves in transition. Turning around here, opens up for the shot, and it skipped wide on the left side of the cage.
This has been a fairly long drought.
Now teetering on 6 minutes without a goal for Darien. They're in the midst of a 10-0 run as a low shot here caught the post. Slash up around the head. Fans wanted a call. No flag coming. Joyce lost it off the wrap check. Lindley comes over to help his teammate.
Need to make sure this doesn't get chippy.
We saw a little bit of that last night in the girls' semifinals as New Canaan fell behind to Ridgefield pretty early. Riley Stewart with it, dancing to his left. Pass behind the cage, and it's McGovern with 2:28 to play. In front, Lindley, the one-timer. Calabrese reacting perfectly, and he made the save.
Yeah, and with each of these saves, with each of these good possessions, you can see Wilton get a little bit more alive. Just try to leave here with your heads high.
Cook, down low to McGovern, right back to Cook. He couldn't control it the first time, and he stepped into the crease. So now Darien off the other way again.
That's a tough way to lose a possession because that was a great play until his foot caught the crease.
Cornell up to around the 40. We've already seen him take it to the cage one time tonight. He waits at midfield and then threads the needle 10 yards ahead to a cutting Minikis. Minikis with it.
What was that, Frank?
That would be Brian Keating, the center of the state champion Blue Wave football team. Showing his support for Captain Jake Beeler as Minikis, the turnaround shot down low. His second of the night. And with 1:22 to go, it is a 12-goal difference.
And that will trigger the running clock.
That is correct. After this face-off, the clock will run with the exception of an injury, or should Wilton cut the deficit back under 11. Under 12, I'm sorry. And it will start in the draw circle here, but Sweeney unsuccessful. Shrube up ahead. Pass to Lindley, buying time and space. Quick shot here, and it's wide on the right. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. You're watching the FCIAC postseason on the HAN network. Number 1, Darien. Number 5, Wilton in the 2017 boys lacrosse tournament as Lindley ring ones off the left iron. Second opportunity here. Big save by Calabrese, skidding out towards the right sideline, and Darien retains possession again with 30 seconds in the quarter.
Calabrese isn't giving up, but he's slow getting up at this point. He's been just taking shot after shot after shot, and you can see he's paying for it. You can see that he's feeling this.
Pass towards the front. It missed all of its targets, heading for the sideline, and it rolls out of bounds. So the Warriors take over. We'll see how far they can get in the final 5 seconds. As DeSanto not with much pace right now. And they'll let the quarter come to an end. 6 goals in that quarter, all 6 by the Blue Wave. The route is on from Brian McMahon. Darien up 14-2. More high school lax coming up after this on the HAN Network.
Part of banking well is doing good. That's why, with the support of local community partners, Bankwell has launched the Bankwell Pet Adoption Project to boost awareness about the hundreds of animals in local shelters that need a home. And when you donate to the cause using the Bankwell self-service coin machines, we'll match your donation. For details, visit mybankwell.com/pleaseadoptme. Bank smart, bank local, bank well.
On time, done right, safe and reliable. MrHandymanCT.com.
Let our satisfied customers tell it.
I have called Mr. Handyman for every reason, every occasion, every broken item, every leak. They have bailed me out on many occasions, and I would recommend them to anyone.
For any project, large or small.
MrHandymanCT.com.
Have a sports injury or a slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Biking, golf, tennis, soccer, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help.
Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care open Monday through Saturday, now at 3 locations, 131 Kings Highway North.
Back at Jack Casagrande Field on the HAN Network, 12 minutes separating the Darien Blue Wave from the FCIAC championship. And what really just feels like a formality now, John, as number 1 in the nation for a reason. They are doing everything and anything that they want to.
And it doesn't feel like this is anything special for them to do. It's not an awe-inspiring run. It's a team going out and doing what they do, and it's just very matter-of-fact. This is what we do, and just all of a sudden, this is a 12-goal deficit that Wilton faces. Darien is just that good.
This ball popped free here. Lindley emerges victorious, or whips one upstairs. That missed everything.
Put a lot of mustard on that shot.
It's now a race for a ground ball here. Pops out over midfield. Brian Minikis emerges away with it. Up ahead, he's got room to work with. Looking to his right, down low to the doorstep. McGovern beats Breezy on the short side. It is a 13-goal difference. McGovern having himself a night.
And the tide just keeps getting higher and higher around these Wilton Warriors.
Minute 20 into the fourth. And it is the 12th consecutive goal from Darien. The last Wilton goal came with 8:09 remaining in the second quarter.
And at that time, it was 3-2, and we thought we had a game and that they had a puncher's chance, and Darien just started clicking.
7 points so far for McGovern. 5 of them have been goals.
And I almost think that this is the first we've seen Darien slow it down a little bit here.
It's now pushing and shoving just outside the crease. Flags come flying out. Let's see who it's on.
Everybody walk away. Everybody walk away.
It will be a Warrior heading off to the box as Colin Carroll will sit and serve time. See if they want to assign any other minutes. has just been all Darien.
This is the kind of stuff the officials are going to have to keep an eye on now, is to just make sure this stays over and above board. Got to be disciplined.
For more on the official scoring, let's go down inside the box. Kevin.
Frank and John, yeah, the penalty is going to be on number 35. You see it when it comes to score like this, frustrations do come out. And John, you know from football, Frank, you know from football as well. When it's a score like this, frustrations come out, not just in football, in a lot of sports. And right now, Wilton is just extremely frustrated, guys.
As Minikis adds another one to his total. Now 16-2.
So you've now matched the goal differential from the quarterfinal, in which Darien shut out Fairfield Ludlow 14-0.
Plus 28 in the postseason. They only trail the girls by 12 now.
Plus 26. They gave up 2 tonight. We doing this plus minus or
14 and 14 is plus
28? Yeah, but they gave up 2 is what I'm saying.
Right, but they've scored 30,
I see
John.
yeah.
They've scored 30 goals in the postseason.
Math, I'm hard. I lost track.
And we put John's mic down as
That's
the wave
fine.
goes back
I'm
on
okay
the
with that.
attack. You could see a lot of goals tomorrow night in that Darien girls game. Are you going to be okay?
I'm going to bring an abacus.
Well, Frank and John, let's not forget about John's excellent call in that hockey game at Greenwich. That's still one of my favorite broadcasting calls. The goal call was phenomenal, John.
That was a great game.
It was a great game.
A lot of fun. We can only hope you get as much excitement tomorrow night. And with a girl like Caroline Colonel in the Tigers' corner, I would absolutely give them more than a puncher's chance in that matchup with Darien.
Especially in the face-off. Sorry to cut you off, John. Just especially in that face-off circle, Caroline Colonel. Unbelievable that just the run that she has, and she's only a junior. They get to have her for another season. All 3-sport athlete at Ridgefield High School. What a talent.
Now, the Ridgefield boys known for scrappy. We saw that in their win earlier over Greenwich. We saw it really all season. Are the girls just as scrappy? Kevin?
I absolutely think they are, John. As they also just want to mention quickly, we've got a goalie change for the Wave. Sean Collins, the junior, has checked in now. There's a pass to the back door. Great save by Calabrese. And some more pushing and shoving as he denies Pacomi on the doorstep. Here's Cook up ahead quickly to the right side. Drake lets a shot go. Missed everything wide. The girls with Colonel can be that scrappy. Their defense is very effective. They're smothering. They play this matchup zone and they just suffocate you from getting to the middle. But again, with Darien, it's a lot of that transition game. I'm very excited, Kevin. You and I are going to be at Harbor Yard. We get our first look at the Wilton Warriors baseball squad. They finished number 2 in the conference this year. This will be the first time we get to see the Tribe on the diamond.
Kevin is excited.
I think we have lost Kevin for the time being.
And the Ridgefield girls got out to a very quick start against New Canaan the other night.
I don't know if Darien will show up as unsuspecting as the Rams did.
Again, we're playing with a running clock here. The differential at 16-2.
4:15 remaining in the second FCIAC semifinal. Thursday night, it will be number 1 Darien and number 3 Ridgefield. And Kev, we've got you back here now. We're going to get our first look at the Wilton baseball team this season. They finished number 2 in the conference after the regular season, the huge 9-inning win in the first round. I'm very excited to get a look at the Tribe on the diamond.
How about both games, Frank? I think we're going to get a look at some great baseball tomorrow at Harbor Yard. And I think these students and these student athletes are really excited to get down there just to be able to play at Harbor Yard. That's something these teams work for all season long. So it's going to be really cool to see Wilton as well. I was even speaking to head basketball coach of the Wilton Warriors, Joel Jeriak, and he was telling me how excited he is to see Drew Connolly, some of his former players here, and even Jack Wood is on the lacrosse roster. So him and Jack Wood were catching up a little bit here on the sideline. So it is going to be cool to see the Wilton Warriors, but it's also going to be a great semifinal both sides.
And John, you were talking about that girls' championship tomorrow. We look down to our right, and we can see a good chunk of those Darien girls here supporting the boys' side.
And that's how it should be. That's one of the nice things about high school sports. Come out and support your teammates. And watch your HAN sites.
As Connor Drake breaks through and ends the run. His second of the night. It comes with 2:50 remaining in regulation.
Watch your HAN sites because we will be bringing you both the baseball semifinal and the girls lacrosse championship. Different feeds. Look for where to find each. I'll be on the call with Tim Murphy of the Ridgefield Press of the girls lacrosse game. Frank and Kevin will be at Harbor Yard.
And it's a bit of a weird schedule for us tomorrow. We've got your coffee break at 11 a.m. with Kate Chaplensky. No CT Pulse. No Nutmeg at 2. We're actually going to go with an elongated pregame show starting at 4:30 tomorrow from Harbor Yard. First pitch in the first semifinal at 5. You have got the girls lacrosse championship at 7 o'clock from Norwalk High. And then game number 2 in the baseball tournament will be at 7:30, pending extra innings or anything like that.
Yeah, long game. But you can never those are the ones you can't time, are those baseball games. But I have come to really enjoy those trips to Harbor Yard that we make for the FCIAC baseball semifinals and finals. It's just one of the highlights of the school sports year for us here at the HAN Network.
We've got 1:20 remaining here. Big shot and a finish upstairs. This one by Henry Feifel, the sophomore midfielder.
Darien Blue Wave, scored by number 15, Henry Feifel.
Inside a minute now as the clock continues to run.
Difference back to 14.
Beat Darien and Ridgefield.
The Wave winning 10-3 the first time around in the regular season. This is the 566th career victory, John, for Coach Jeff Raymeyer.
The 49th in a row by the Darien Blue Wave. I think it's kind of cool that if they win 50, it'll be a championship game.
It will be very, very cool for sure, as we are down under 15 seconds now. Pass towards the front is going down to pick that one up with Spalding. The Warriors will focus on the Class L state tournament now and hopes of getting a second shot at the Wave, as a save made there draws a loud applause from the crowd as Collins ices this one over. It's 49 in a row for the Wave, and it's done with relative ease in the FCIAC semis. Darien 17, Wilton 3. Number 1 will take on number 3 in Thursday's championship. We step aside one more time. We come back shortly. Kevin will be joined with our players of the game coming up next on the HAN Network.
Have a sports injury or a slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Biking, golf, tennis, soccer, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help.
Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care open Monday through Saturday, now at 3 locations: 131 Kings Highway North in Westport, the iPark building at 761 Main Avenue Norwalk, and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
At the Milford Bank, we offer an extensive selection of lending products and services to meet virtually any need. Submit your application online in our Mortgage Web Center. Start to finish, you can apply for a loan in as little as 10 minutes. Our knowledgeable and helpful staff are available to meet with you at your convenience. To learn more about what we can do for you, stop by one of our Milford Bank offices or visit us at milfordbank.com. The Milford Bank, always there. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Spring has sprung at Walter Stewart's Market, and we're celebrating the new season with fresh takes on spring. From the finest produce around to guaranteed fresh seafood delivered daily by the best local supplier. Not only are we your time-saving one-stop shop for everything you need this season, our personable team is always ready with a helping hand. Shop Stewart's for the best of spring. Find us at 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
If you've ever thought about owning a motor coach or learning about what it's like to travel the open road in superior style and comfort, then contact Dave's RV Center in Danbury, Connecticut. Offering the best quality Class A motorhomes from Newmar, travel trailers and fifth wheel lines from Surveyor, and a toy hauler line from Work and Play. Choose from Newmar's Gas Line, Baystar and Canyon Star, or from Newmar's Diesel Line, Ventana and Dutch Star. And with unparalleled service and maintenance, Dave's RV is committed to keeping you and your motor coach safely on the road and enjoying it to the fullest. Stop by their showroom, 2 Industrial Plaza Road, Danbury, Connecticut, or call 877-483-3888.
In Sports Trumbull, the game is always on inside. Sign-ups are now open for one of our most popular programs, the New England 80 Elite Lacrosse Division I and Division III showcases. With D1 and D3 coaches in attendance, players will receive a 60-minute webinar with Director of Recruiting Hans Hansen, a custom NE80 penny, custom shorts, and a video of all games. Last year's event sold out quickly, so sign up now for the next showcase coming in January 2018. Like and follow us on Facebook.
If you're watching this broadcast, you're not alone. The HAN network is available for 200,000 Connecticut cable customers on the Frontier network, and we've also reached more than 2 million viewers on our free live streaming sports, news, and entertainment broadcasts. To reach our rapidly growing audience, contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
Back at Brian McMahon High School, let's go downfield level. Kevin Coleman is joined with our HAN players of the game. Kevin.
Thank you, Frank. Down here with Kevin Lindley and Logan McGovern of the Darien Blue Wave, who advance on to the FCIAC final again. And Kevin, I'll start with you. How does it feel to be moving on to the FCIAC final?
It feels pretty good. It's 4 for 4 for the senior class, and it feels pretty awesome. But it's business as usual, and it's the same feeling that we've had for the past 3 years. So.
What was the message going into this game? What was the game plan going into a red-hot Wilton team like this?
We knew what was at stake. We know the pressure that is on us, and we know what we have to do, and we know what our team goals are. And we knew that if we just played our game, came out focused, we were going to win in. That's what we did.
4 goals tonight. That puts you at 79 goals on the season. Just talk about your season as a whole. What's been different that you put into the offseason this year?
Same old with the offseason, but I wouldn't be here without Logan, Matt, and all the other people that feed me. I mean, I'd say probably 70% of my goals are assisted, so more than 70%. So it's part of it's all about my teammates too. So it's all with him too. So.
And I'll throw it over to you, Logan. You continue to have a great season, man. The playoffs, you guys are playing great. Going into this game against Richfield, what are you guys expecting?
We definitely expect them to play very hard. Everyone likes to, it's a feather in the cap to play us. And they're going to come out ready to play, and we have to do the same, come out with the same intensity we came out with Wilton, and go up early and kind of get them to lose hope like we did here against Wilton.
And again, in the first half, you were playing lights out. You had 5 goals tonight. Talk about your performance.
Like Kevin said, it's all the other guys. I mean, if Kevin wasn't so lethal off ball, they would have been sliding, and so they had to stay on Kevin. They didn't slide to me, and I just luckily put him in the back of the net.
And if you guys bring home another title, what would this mean to the community for the lacrosse program in Darien?
It definitely... I know I always looked up to the high school kids growing up, and coming to these games under the lights is always fun. And hopefully that's what's fueling the community and keeping the lacrosse program going, because that's where it starts, is with the youth.
All right, guys, best of luck. Frank, back up to you.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, boys. And it was just a dominating performance from start to finish tonight. Darien continues to roll. Impressive.
For a quarter and change, Wilton kind of tried to hang with them, go punch for punch with them. And then when Darien got flowing, they got everything going. It was just, they weren't going to be stopped.
No, they were not. 17-3, they take care of the Wilton Warriors. They move on to Thursday's championship game against the Richfield Tigers. Tomorrow, though, we are back in studio, 11 a.m. coffee break with Kate Chiklinski. We've got baseball on the network, 5 o'clock, semifinal number 1, Trumbull and Richfield. 7:30, it'll be Wilton and Darien. The second one, John, you've got the Girls Lacrosse Championship, Richfield and Darien. It's going to be a lot of fun. Darien and Richfield victorious tonight. You've been watching the FCIAC postseason on the home of FCIAC Sports. John Kovac, Ken Coleman, I'm Frank Renee.